Minnesota Vikings and the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Here we go. Blue 32.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Shot 17.
They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both. And he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field. Things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
560. On the ball. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. The Raiders at 7-8 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Adams, the man in motion left. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Slide through.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll check it down to Bell.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Black. 95. Ready.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks
9
you want.
picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season.
Check smash. Cut.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Black shot. Ready, go.
Back to throw here. This is Bell on the dump off. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Set, ready. Yellow, 43. Green Jack. Hey, blue. Hustle.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And some room to down the numbers. There he goes. The 20.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
12, 10, right. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
On second and goal, here's the option.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Desmond Ridder
keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
7-7, our score after one. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Trouble, 38. Black Ultra. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. A screen to Bell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Okay, right? Hey, go steal. Go red.
Now they'll try and run wide side to Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain. His guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Adams, the man in motion left. Back to throw now on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams, 53 yards.
And the Raiders have moved out in front.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2nd and 3.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Tyquan Thornton.
59 yards.
And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready?
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Blue striker.
Up the middle, here's Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Second and 15.
Adams the man in motion right.
Striker. Check striker.
Second and 15. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
52. Yellow.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got it.
And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
Got it to Bell on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ready. 10 black. Steel black.
2nd and 6.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Go.
Back to throw again.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Gets it quickly out wide to Thornton.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll throw now on the final play. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Down, flat, 95. Green Jack.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Tyquan Thornton.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
White.
He'll look to throw.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Yellow, go. Claude Ray.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Tyquan Thornton.
with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year.
And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Smash. Red.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
He's up to the 20, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Takes it at the 7th. And able to get this out to the 25.
Come on, set. Blue 32. Drill green.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go, set, 50, green.
Let him know. Mike 35, Mike 35. There we go.
6, mega.
I'm trying to collect. Kill.
Ready.
They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation, but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go red.
Watch the slip. Mike 35. I'll take it.
Rail, yellow.
35 to Mike. Got nothing.
Cut.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
35 to Mike.
Blaster, 6. Ultra. Go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for the Raiders. 55 yards. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Ready, go.
They're going to look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
35 to Mike. Yeah, let's get sacked first.
Field, black.
Mike 35.
Cut, go.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Adams the man in motion right.
Yellow.
They'll look to throw here.
Throw complete to Bell.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
35 to Mike. Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Black shot.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 35 to Mike. I got it. Mike 35. Mike 35. Shut down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Touchdown, Raiders! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And now here is another interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And that is incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
35 to Mike. 64. 64.
Looking to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
35 to Mike. We got it.
They'll set up a throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Yellow, 22.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Take the edge. Come. Show it up. Show it up. Check out.
560. Black Ultra.
Second and 4.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They'll drop to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7.50.
Yeah, you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Adams the man in motion right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Hurry, ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Max Crosby in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, check mega.
Now back to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings,
they run their record to 13-3 now on the year.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.